State. It's Real Sports Talk with Kenny Kluska on the Damage 365 Radio Network.
Welcome everyone to episode number 70 of Real Sports Talk with Kenny Kluska. Of course, I'm your host, Kenny Kluska, here for another filled episode of your sports news, and I'll have another top 10 list coming in the second half of the show. If you could tell by the name of this episode, disappointments in baseball. It will have to do with that, of course. Let's get started, though. First off, let me say, hope everyone's having a great Memorial Day weekend here in New Jersey. It has been scorching hot since Friday. Temperatures approaching 90, going over 90 each of the last 3 days. So, it's been quite a hot weekend. I'm just doing what I can to stay cool. I hope everyone else is doing likewise. This weather just, it's quite hot, but, gotta get through it. Anyhow, let me just start by giving a quick, rest in peace to New Orleans Pelicans player Bryce DeJean-Jones. Was shot fatally yesterday, just 23 years old. Played for Iowa State for Fred Hoiberg. Started, I believe, 13 games for the Pelicans last year. Had signed a 3-year non-guaranteed contract worth $2 million. Sad news in the NBA community to see one of their players pass away at such a young age. So rest in peace to Mr. Jones and his family. Yesterday was Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals between the Thunder and the Warriors. Game 6 taking place in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City had the chance to close it out and defeat the team with the best record in NBA history. Of course, that being the Golden State Warriors, who went 73-9 this past season, overtaking the Chicago Bulls' 72-10 record. We're up 3-1. Golden State won in Golden State last night. For maybe 3.5 quarters, it looked like Oklahoma City had the upper hand, but in the end, Golden State was able to prevail. Klay Thompson having an NBA playoff record with 11 three-pointers. Quite the shooting display from him. 41 points. Stephen Curry had a near triple-double. And if you watch the end of that game, it just almost seemed like Oklahoma City was basically giving up and throwing the game. Just the turnovers they had at the end. Durant had a rebound through a pass right to the Golden State Warriors. There was an inbounds play where Westbrook threw it and Curry intercepted it. You look at Westbrook's numbers, he was phenomenal in the first 3 quarters, had 11 assists to just 1 turnover. That final quarter did not have an assist and had 4 turnovers. It was just such sloppy play from the Thunder at the end of that game, keeping Golden State's season alive and forcing a pivotal Game 7, which will take place tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This game will take place in Golden State. They only lost 1 game there at home this regular season. Oklahoma City did defeat them once in Golden State, so it's not like they haven't done it before. But, just such a terrible way for them to lose that Game 6. Definitely going to make it difficult for them to win Game 7. They still have Durant and Westbrook. They're on their A game. Definitely have a shot. But definitely going to be difficult. And Oklahoma City fans got to wonder. For me, I thought once the Thunder beat the San Antonio Spurs in the Western semifinals, I believe that was pretty much it, that Kevin Durant would stay with the Oklahoma City Thunder. He is a free agent after the season, and, especially with a 3-1 lead over Golden State, it almost seemed like a mere formality he was staying. Now it's just got to put a little doubt, not much. I really do think he's still staying, but just a little doubt in Thunder fans that, if they lose again tomorrow, below that 3-1 lead, the way they lost that Game 6, just got to put a little doubt, have a little doubt creep in their minds that, possibly Durant could leave this off season. Like I said, I don't think it's likely. If I had to put a percentage on how likely I believe it is that he stays, I would say about 95%. I think a strong possibility would be Durant signing for 1 year, because Russell Westbrook has 1 year remaining on his contract, so they both could be free agents next off season, and then they could both decide, whether they want to stay in OKC or maybe they believe there's greener pastures somewhere else. So, that will be interesting to see what happens there. But, there's still Game 7. OKC, can't think about the past or else they're going to have no chance. Thinking about how they blew Game 6. Just got to keep their mind on the present. And, of course, the winner of that Game 7 will take on the Cleveland Cavaliers, who defeated the Toronto Raptors in 6 games in the Eastern Conference Finals. This is LeBron James' 6th consecutive NBA Finals appearance. Last player to do that, I believe, was Bill Russell. So it's been quite a while, about 50 years since that has happened. LeBron is 2-3 in those first 5 finals appearances, 2-1 as a member of the Heat. 2-2 as a member of the Heat, and then 0-1 with the Cavs last year, losing to the Warriors. So it could be a rematch of last year's finals. LeBron was without Kevin Love that entire series. Kyrie Irving got hurt at the end of Game 1, so it was pretty much LeBron James' show for the Cavs. They were able to force a 6-game series with Golden State, but Golden State ended up winning. Of course, if Golden State does not win and Oklahoma City advances to the NBA Finals, it will be a 2012 rematch between LeBron James and Kevin Durant and the Thunder. LeBron James, as a member of the Heat, defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder in the finals 4-1 in 2012. Durant didn't necessarily have a great NBA Finals, but he was a young player then. Might have been 22, 23 years old only. We know he wants to get back to the NBA Finals, and you know how heartbreaking it will be to him if they are not able to win this Game 7. I can't imagine him being able to sleep for the next week or so if they're not able to win that Game 7. Him and Westbrook, really just thinking about how they could have won that Game 6. Even the Game 5, they didn't blow it because they were pretty much down the whole game, but they were in it at least. Let's just hope for a competitive Game 7. And, that, as I mentioned, takes place 9 p.m. Eastern. Winner of that game takes on the Cavs. Game 1 of the NBA Finals takes place this Thursday. So 4 days from now, the NBA Finals start. Where Game 1 will be. We have to see what happens in Game 7 because, of course, Golden State, with the best record in NBA history, will have home court in the NBA Finals if they win. Cleveland finished the regular season 57-25, Oklahoma City 55-27. Therefore, Cleveland would have home court advantage and thus the home game in Game 1 if Oklahoma City were able to win Game 7. So, Game 7 tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Also, for you wrestling fans, Memorial Day Wrestling, Monday Night Raw tomorrow. John Cena will be making his return after undergoing shoulder surgery, I believe, back in January. So he's almost been out half a year. He will be returning tomorrow. Next pay-per-view, Money in the Bank. 6 of the 7 spots are currently occupied for that Money in the Bank, which has to lead you to believe that 7th and final spot will be going to John Cena. Why else would they be holding one spot open with John Cena returning tomorrow? Of course, Seth Rollins returned a week ago today at the last pay-per-view, Extreme Rules, and he will be fighting Roman Reigns for the heavyweight title at Money in the Bank, which is in 3 weeks, I believe. So that will be the main event. So should be a good pay-per-view. Of course, they also has been the announcement that SmackDown will now air on Tuesdays starting in sometime in July, and they will have a different roster than the Raw roster. And SmackDown will be live for the first time in forever. So, hopefully that gives us wrestling fans more of a reason to watch SmackDown. And, apparently I believe that they're trying to once again have 2 world champions. Of course, there would be one on each brand. So, it'll be interesting to see who's on Raw and who is on SmackDown. Something to look forward to in less than 2 months. So, I'm going to take a short commercial break. Let's hear a word from Damage 365 and our sponsors. And when I get back, top 10 list regarding some disappointing players in MLB to start this season, about a third of the way into the season. So I'll be right back.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order. Hello, this is the intrepid traveler, Paul London. Good journey, y'all. When you're ready to whip your rock out, do it with Coach Kev at Damage 365 Radio. Esposito's Pizza and Pasta. Check us out at one of our fine locations, 930 Route 34 in Matawan, New Jersey, or 233 East Main Street in Manasquan, New Jersey. From pizza and salads to pasta and buffalo wings, we have something to suit every member of your family. Whether you're seeking to take out, delivery, or just want to dine in, let us do the dishes. We would be more than happy to take care of your next meal. Our courteous and friendly restaurant staff is here to meet and exceed all your expectations. We promise an enjoyable experience each and every time we serve you. Try our award-winning Sesame Seed Crust Pizza, the recent winner of first place in the Las Vegas Pizza Open in the Artisans Division. Visit us online at sesameseedpizza.com for store hours, menus, and phone numbers, or just stop by one of our 2 great locations. You'll be glad you did. Esposito's Pizza and Pasta, so close to eating at Mom's, but without all the yelling. You're listening to Damage 365 Radio, and this is ECW Original, the Angry Amish Warrior Roadkill.